Hello, this is Joe coming to you from the laundry room slash office. You may remember me from my videos about Inception and Prometheus. If you don't, you can check them out in the description box. Here to talk to you about The Master, the latest film by Paul Thomas Anderson, his follow-up to There Will Be Blood, the great film. So I'm not here to actually review the movie. If you've seen my videos before, you know that I kind of try to make the discussion broader, take some concepts, ideas from it, and make kind of arguments and go into it deeper that way. So I saw this last night, and it was really hard sleeping. It kind of seeped into my brain, and yeah, it just stayed with me, and here I am talking with you. So I kind of want to talk about what is kind of the tragic nature of this movie. And I think Paul Thomas Anderson is really a genius when he spins things to make it seem one way, and he may be trying to show you a different point of view. I think most people, and I too, when I first got out of the theater, thought, what a tragic story, what a tragic character Freddie Quell was, played by Joaquin Phoenix brilliantly. But as I started to step back from it a little bit, I realized that Paul Thomas Anderson was really trying to show us how Lancaster Dodd was really the tragic, sad character here, not Freddie. And I'll kind of get into my argument for that. Um, Lancaster Dodd obviously is alluding to L. Ron Hubbard, the creator of Scientology. Um, I don't really want to get into Scientology, the idea of creating a religion or a cult, but what I think is really important is the humanness that Paul Thomas Anderson is trying to portray with Lancaster. He is extremely shackled to human existence. He relies on other people to have self-worth. He says that one of the goals of the cause, the name of his religion, is to break free of this body, to tap into trillions of years of existence, as he puts it. But he is bound to other people and to others' reactions to him. His followers, the police, his wife, his daughter, his son-in-law. But he isn't free at all. His writing is a way to be immortalized, to be the hero, if you will. But he also has to justify it in person, and that's where he becomes this really sad figure in my eyes. You look at Freddie, and Freddie's name, by the way, is Freddie Quell. And Quell, just to go over the definition, has three definitions. Quell means to suppress, put an end to, extinguish. The second one is to vanquish or subdue. And the third is to quiet emotion. So you see Freddie, and he is hunched over. He has his hands on his hips, kind of like an animal ready to stalk. He just acts innately. There's no emotion or forethought. Yes, he drinks paint thinner, these chemicals, but he's not looking for enjoyment out of drinking alcohol. It's just a way to kind of clear the slate, tabula rasa, start over each day and act accordingly. To me, he's having a good time. I mean, he's free of inhibition, of remorse. So that's he's kind of represents like raw truth, whereas Lancaster Dodd is someone who is completely absorbed in his own tales, his own lies, that he actually has to believe them, which is the saddest story of all, when you actually believe your own bullshit. You are the emperor with no clothes at that point. Whereas Freddie is going to drift in and out of people's lives and he doesn't have any attachment. Like a lot of animals, they're lone wolves. And I just think that when we look at this story, it's important to remember at the end, the tears coming down Lancaster Dodd's face is the real tragedy. He could rope the dragon of Freddy only for a little bit, to use his metaphor early on in the film, but in the end he got away. He couldn't grasp Freddy. He wanted to be like Freddy, but he can't. Everyone follows Lancaster and his circle. Even his son came on board at the end when we see him coming to meet Freddy in the hallway at the school. You see him straight up stature in the nice suit, hair back. I thought that was great, the way they showed him walking down the hallway. Very presidential, regal, to say that he has succumbed. Freddy's the only one that didn't buy into this, because he has no way of buying into it. And that completely perplexes Lancaster and saddens him too, that he can't exist that way. He must continue to live in a cumbersome way. The thing he created must continue, and maybe he believes it at this point. Maybe he's just going through the motions. It's kind of hard to tell. But I think he really would like to go on that boat to China with Freddy, as he sings at the end. So I think I'm going to watch this again. I may have a different opinion. What do you think about this? Please put some comments down below, and maybe we can do another video about this in a little bit. Okay, talk to you later.